Oh, get out of here.
That's
That's okay. That's okay.
Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Heroes, Comedy Heroes.
Absolutely.
Here's how magicians solve rooms.
Wow.
That's what we're
It's
doing.
one of those, Elaine.
Oh.
Stay over.
We are going to be feeding Sam sugar and see how much it actually takes for him to lose his ability to solve.
Oh,
Right? This is science. We're doing this for science, Sam. Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times. And once again, welcome back to Crosswords Live. It's Thursday, and so it's time for some trickiness. Are you ready? You might notice that my solving buddy is not here. I was unbeknownst to me, we are actually allowed to take vacation days. So Sam is off enjoying himself somewhere, and I'm really lonely today. I hope you'll come and join, and you'll join me and solve. Hi, Dawn Brightsman. It's good to see you. Thank you for keeping me company. I know we have a lot of people in the room, and I hope you'll all say hi. We have a terrific puzzle today that we can solve together. This one is by Ashish Vengsarkar, who is a terrific guy and has had 18 puzzles in the New York Times total. Took a 10-year hiatus, which is unusual, and is back. This, I think, is his third puzzle since he came back about, I don't know, maybe a year ago. And I really enjoyed solving this one. I'm going to do something a little different today, though. Generally, we answer a lot of questions about the constructor, which I'm happy to do, and we answer a lot of questions about how to solve, but I'm going to open this up to sort of a Q&A today. If you have any questions for me or about the crossword or about anything that comes to mind, if I can answer you and it's standards friendly, I'm happy to do so. Hello to everybody, Kanapan Sampeth, Mark Barnhill, Nicole Xavier. Oh, good, the gang's all here. Let's get started. I'll tell you, solving usually has to do with your wheelhouse and the things that you know. And I have to tell you, I'm not a big drinker, but it was interesting to me that I was able to get into the puzzle at 1 across right off the bat, because that pink alcoholic drink for short is a Cosmo. And I remember saying to myself, yes, I'm in. I'm in on a booze clue. Kay Heldman, how you doing? Paul Schwartz, longtime solver, first time here. Welcome, Paul. I hope you'll put your guesses in the comments and ask questions if you need to. Hey, Nine Bark Outfitters and Jillian Powell. Yeah, standards friendly is very important here. We try not to use any profanity. We don't stray into politics. This is a break from the news. This is a time for us to just put our heads together and have some fun with the puzzle. Dawn Brightsman said that she agrees with Cosmo. That was the first one she got. So yay, Cosmos. What else? Let me see. What else did I get? Okay, 34 across. I have to say, I had to run the gamut of commercials that I've seen lately. It says, uh-oh, better get blank. And it's an auto repair slogan. You know what also fits in there? Geico. But I know that's not the answer. Geico is about insurance. Yeah, don't type that in there, Isaac. The answer is, uh-oh, better get Mako, which I believe is, yeah, MAACO. Let's see. Almost done. Illegal, I'll be quiet, says Paul Schwartz. Okay, I don't know what that means, but Nicole Xavier says 10 down is muck. So let's check that out. Muck about. Wow. Possibly. Yeah. Whoop. Let's check across her and see if that works. 9 across. Not a chance. Don't have that one yet. Where to turn for self-knowledge. Don't know that one yet. Bikes without pedaling. Don't know that one. How about the K? Let's see if we can get the K. 23 across, important part of a taxi. Huh. I remember this. I remember this. Muckabout is a great phrase, but I don't think it's right in this case because I think the answer for 23 across is horn, which I think is really funny. As somebody who grew up in New York City, I will tell you that it's not so much an important part of a taxi as a traumatizing part of a taxi. If you've ever tried to cross the street in New York City with a cab driver bearing down on you, or if you've ever driven in the city, the horn is something you hear in your nightmares. So Renee Antoinette wants to know if 15 across might be ASCAP, the music publishing, music rights organization. Could be. And it looks good. I mean, the letter patterns look like they might work. Let's see if if we can get 5 down just to check. Warms up the crowd in a way. Oh, I think that's right. I think that would be opens. You know, like the comedian who they usually have a stand up to warm up the audience before they shoot a show. Let's see. Kay Heldman has one down as Cassini. First space probe to enter Saturn's orbit. Yeah, I think that's right. Kissing related. This was a fun one. I think it was oscular, but we'll check the crossings. Important map information. That would be scale. Canapan Sampath agrees on opens and oscular. Jillian Powell has a nice long one and says it's 3 down is scare tactic. Strategy that stokes fear. That's such a cool entry. Nicole Xavier said that she wants Crimson and Clover to fit in at 44 across. Let's take a look at that one. Or yeah, that's true. Those are the lyrics to some of the lyrics to Crimson and Clover. Let's see. Oh, Tom Buckley agrees on oscular. Dawn Brightsman agrees on scale. Matt Friedman says 31 across. Can you hop down to 31? Is Nats, the 2019 World Series champs. And I think it's Nats instead of the Nationals, not just because most people call them the Nats, but also because champs is a shortening of champions. So I think that's sort of like an indication that it's the answer should be shortened as well. Nicole Xavier has 14 down and says, sorry, measure, abbreviation. The answer is yards. So she thinks that the abbreviation is YDS. Good, thank you for that. Wow. Let's see. Let's take a look at, oh, well, you've almost got 4 down. Let's take a look at that. Bad start. And that's a question mark clue. So, oh, Mario Vasquez, that's very sweet of you. Thank you. Thanks for all these tips. Been learning a lot, saw some past streams. You're very welcome. And please, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm always happy to answer them. And if not, somebody in the stream will be happy to help you answer them. So it comes first in China, but second in the US. This was a great clue. I really like this. The answer happens to be surname, because in China, people are referred to by their surnames first, and in the US, they're referred to last. But that leaves us with a gap, which is kind of weird. And our intrepid producer, Isaac, throws in a question mark, which I love. Dawn Brightsman said, this is where I caught on the theme. Paul Schwartz, I think, has it, but we're not gonna reveal it just yet. We're gonna string this out a little bit. So we don't know what to do with that square. We very rarely have extra squares left over. Generally, we don't have enough, and it winds up being a rebus. So this is kind of perplexing. So we'll come back to it. Let's see. Facepalm Mom, I love your name, says 46 across is auto. Real first name of Spider-Man villain, Dr. Octopus. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Don Bryceman says, thank goodness no Rebus. Yes, I'm right there with you, Don. Bob Wall says 10 down is on or. 2 words, on or about. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. And I think it was Nicole who said muck about. That is a perfectly cromulent answer. And I'm going to fist bump myself, which I normally do with my partner, Sam. But he abandoned me today. So, but in this case, in this puzzle, the answer is actually on or about. Now, actor Williamson, who played Merlin in Excalibur, I honestly, the only actor Williamson I knew of was Treat Williamson, and that fits, but not with the word horn crossing it. So we'll come back to that. Let's see. James Liao says 35 across his eye raise. Poker declaration. Yep. That's great. Sid Sivakumar is here with us today. Sid's a crossword constructor and editor. Says, hey, Deb, popping in to say hi again. I thought this was a brilliant concept. Yes, agreed, Sid. It took me quite a long time to figure out what the shtick was here. And I have to say, I really enjoy those kind of puzzles. I like a puzzle that keeps its secrets for a long time. Nicole Xavier's doing the fist bump too. 9 Bark Outfitter says, keep it clean, Deb. I'm trying, 9 Bark. Trying my best. It's not in my nature, but I do what I can for my job. Dawn Brightsman says 9 across is Norway. Huh. Not a chance. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, we have no way would be not a chance. How do we get Norway from that? Oh, that gets another question mark, I think. Title character in a classic John Cleese comedy. Well, I am a John Cleese and Monty Python and Michael Palin fan from way back, and I know that's a fish called Wanda. Huh. Well, that's interesting. So we've got no way crossing Wanda, but we've got that extra square there. I wonder what that has to do with anything. Vivian Levinson says, I think 9 across is another with a blank. Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry. There may be a little bit of a lag on our stream. Let's see, where to turn for self-knowledge. That's got to be inward, I think, just given the pattern of the letters. And interesting. So we've got Mal crosses surname and no way crossing Wanda, but we've got these weird blank squares, and we're going to figure out why that is. Dawn Brightsman said, Wanda gave me the real aha to the theme. I think that was the same place I got it too. Now, our intrepid producer, Isaac, has highlighted what is actually the revealer in today's puzzle. And it says 1 way to run, or a hint of 4 geographical intersections found in this grid. Aha. So even if we don't know what 40 across is, we know that we're looking for geographical locations. So that may be why Dawn said that 9 across is Norway. Even though it's clued to, oh, this is really cool. Even though it's clued to the answer no way, with the clue not a chance, that R goes in there to make no way Norway and Wanda Rwanda. Because, I mean, there's no film called A Fish Called Rwanda, but Jillian Powell just got it. Paul Schwartz has gotten us 40 across. He says that 1 way to run is cross country. And what we've got, my friends, are countries that cross. We've got Norway and Rwanda, And at 4 down and 21 across, we've got Mali and Suriname. 20 Facepalm Mom says 21 across is Suriname. Yes, it definitely is. Vivian Levinson says, cool. Yes, this is so brilliant. Let's keep going. Mario Vasquez says that's so clever. Also makes sense for 21 across and 4 down. Let's take care. Yes, absolutely. Sorry about the lag. I'm right there with you. Dawn Brightsman said, this was a great theme and loved the clues for the theme. I did too. I had a really good time with this one. Ashish always makes very, very entertaining puzzles. Let's keep going because I think that there are more of these. If we can go back to 40 across the clue, it says we're looking for 4 geographical intersections. So we've got 2 so far. And we're going to do that. We're going to find the other 2 as we go. And as I said at the top of the segment, if you have any questions, today we're doing a Q&A. If you have any questions for me about the crossword, about any of our games, about my job, if anything you want to ask me, as long as it's standards friendly and I can answer it, please ask. Let's see. Where are we going next? Together in Music. Don't know that one. By Now. That's got to be Ciao, I think. Yep. Let's try that. And what is 22 down? Oh, I'm sorry. One studying the Vedas, it would be a Hindu, right? And validate with something too. So we want a phrase that's going to have the word to at the end, and the first word would be the answer. I think that's going to be a test too. Facepalm Mom has Hindu, and Mario Vasquez and Nicole Xavier also agree on Hindu. Let's see, what else? Coach would be train, I think. And that one above it, need for making pochoir prints. Okay. Hand up if you had to Google this one. I did. I did not know what a pochoir print was. People are agreeing with a test. This happens to be a stencil. You need a stencil to make pochoir prints. And I am here to tell you that I Googled this, and it's okay for you to Google things. It's a game, and games are meant to be fun. There are no extra medals or rewards if you get through it without Googling. So you might as well have fun and learn something. That's what I did. Marilyn Johnson's here and says, hi, Deb, you're alone today. I am. Sam decided to be fancy and take a vacation day. So 9 Barcaffers said he had to Google it too. Yep, that was a toughie. Let's see. And so did Renee Antoinette. And Dawn Brightsman too. Thank God I wasn't the only one who Googled this. No, you know what? Like I said, this is meant for pleasure. This is not a test. A lot of people sit down to crosswords like they're sitting down to take an exam, and that's so much pressure. I mean, don't we have enough pressure these days? Just have a good time, write words in the squares. They don't even have to be the right ones. I'm just kidding. They have to be the right ones, but it's okay to look something up that is not in your wheelhouse or that you don't know about. Let's see. Vivian Levinson says 19 across is ohm, measure of conductance. Huh. Okay, well, let's check that. Signal blocking device. Not sure. Let's try the next one. To whom the Greeks dedicated the Parthenon. I think that's Athena. And bygone Chevrolet division. I don't know. I never drove a Chevy. Let's see. Maybe the Crossers. Absorbed as a loss. That would be 8. That's interesting. Spree. I'm not sure. Let's see. Nine. Hold on. A lot of people are saying that 20 across is, can we jump around? Is coasts. And so the actor who played Merlin in Excalibur was Nicole Williamson. Okay, today I learned. And functioned as is was a jealous art is a jealous mistress, says Emerson. Let's come back to the top. Oh, okay. Let's see. Signal blocking device is Dawn Brightsman says it's jammer, Jammer. So that must be MHO. And somebody says, why is it backwards? Let's see what 8 down is again. Bygone. Would that be REO? Oh wait, jar? No. Would not be spree. Okay, I've solved this, you guys, and I don't remember what this was. Oh, jag. Vivian Levinson says jag. Is it J? Is it GEO? Oh no, I think it's GTO. No, it is GO. Okay. Our intrepid producer Isaac and Don Brightsman agree that Geo is a Chevy Geo is actually right. Again, today I learned. Okay, let's keep going. Resistance units are ohm. Why is it backwards? Well, maybe conductance is the MHO. I do remember in high school physics learning about the MHO or the MO. I don't know if it's pronounced that way, and that it was ohm spelled backwards because it went the other way. Am I hallucinating, or was that correct? Uh, let's see. Together in music. Still, I'm not sure. Loose, don't know. How about 34 down? Drug and Breaking Bad. Somebody before said meth. Oh, good. Canapan Sampath said, I think you're exactly right. Thank God I remember something from high school. It's really rare these days. And Al Holt said conductance is the opposite of resistance. Thank you. So that makes sense why it's backwards. So, and that's nice. It's easy to remember that way, I guess. Oh, James Liao and a couple of other people have said that together in music is adue, ADUE. I actually knew that when I was solving and couldn't remember it today, which is nice. That's why I can solve, the next day again with you guys, is because I forget and it's all new to me. Let's see. Paul Schwartz agrees on adue. Facepalm Mom agrees on ohm and Mo. Let's see, 27 across. Let's try that. Rage shelf mate. Okay, well, this here they're talking about the bug spray raid, and that would be Decon, I believe. Decon Forgon, is that the full name? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see, 28, 29, 30. Japanese dance drama has got to be NOH. Matt Friedman is skipping to 38 down and says loose would be untied. Very nice. Thank you. Look at us. I think we're almost halfway done. How about 39 across on the right hand side? Yeah, indefinite ordinal. I think that's going to be nth, NTH. And Bat Appreciation Month appropriately is definitely October. I think that's great. Capiche in 70s slang. Okay, so capiche is Italian, I believe, or Italian slang for get it. And in 70s slang in English, that would translate to can you dig it? Which I think is a great entry. Let's see. What else have we got? Nicole Xavier said skip down to 60 across and says that's idol, ADOL, statue of Ganesha, EG. And for those of you who are wondering what the EG clues mean, when you see EG at the end of the clue, it's it's asking for something that the clue would fall into the category of. So a statue of Ganesha would be an idol, the category of idols. And so that's how you get the EG clues. Mario Vasquez says, why is Bad Appreciation Month October? What's the story behind it? Well, I don't know where, I don't know if you're in the United States, Mario, but in the United States, October is, October 31st is Halloween, and bats are sort of iconic around Halloween, other spooky things like black cats and witches and stuff like that. Um, Dawn Brightsman says, can you dig it? I'm amazed that I can remember that. Nicole Xavier agrees it's Halloween. Vivian Levinson says 61 down is diem, per diem. Very good. It's if you're being paid per day, per diem. Dawn Brightsman has a really good question. What does an asterisk mean in front of a clue? An asterisk in front of a clue is usually a way to indicate that that clue is going to be important. It's part of a theme, and it's a way to draw your attention to it. So if we see clues with asterisks in front of it, you can probably assume that it's part of the theme, and you should pay close attention to it. Okay. Oh, and Mario said, I don't know how Halloween didn't come to mind. LOL. Thanks. Totally okay, Mario. It's the kind of thing where you can know something really well, and if you're just not thinking in those terms, it's going to be very hard to get. But that's why we check our crossings, and having even like one or two letters in the entry could be enough to jog your memory. Vivian Levinson says 41 down is Stahl, Stahl, Leslie Stahl, the great news person of 60 Minutes. Nicole Xavier says 69 across is a locker, small storage unit, locker. There you go. Let's see. Nine Bark Outfitters says 64 across is margin, wiggle room. I like that clue. Bruce Giordano says 59 across is den, animal house. Den, yeah, that makes sense. Uh, Nicole Xavier says, be right back spending my per diem on Dan Flash's shirts. I like that one. Sherwin Greenblatt says 62 across is made time, 2 words. Found an occasion, you made time. Let's see, Facepalm Mom says 52 across is alibi. You guys, we're killing this today. I think we're going to be done like really, really quickly. Dawn Brightsman says 64 down is mop. Swab. Oh, that's interesting. Well, maybe locker isn't correct then. A small storage unit. I mean, it's a good guess. Let's see, what is 55 down? Carrier to Japan is ANA. I know that that's the name of the airline. How about the next one? 56. Rapper MC. I didn't know this one. Let's see. 66 down. Matt Friedman says is actually Ren. MC Ren. Okay, today I learned. It's nice. It's a nice change from cluing Ren to Ren and Stimpy, or God forbid, or Star Wars. Let's see. First airline to complete a round the world flight. Well, the only airline I know of with that letter pattern is Pan Am, and now we have that. Now we have that blank again. Okay. I'm sorry, Dawn Brightsman. We're going to go back to 66 across. The small storage unit is not a physical storage unit. It's a storage unit on a computer, and the answer is 1 meg, MEG. Tricky, man. Got to watch those Thursday puzzles. Let's see. Um, well, I think this is going to be Panama. And grab by pinching as an ice cube is, well, I've never heard the word tongue used as a verb before, but if you're going to tongue some ice, more power to you. And adding that A gives us the country of Tonga. Mario Vasquez has got Tonga. James Liao has Tong. Facepalm Mama has Panama. So there's our third country crossing. Let's see, keep on going. What have we got? Let's see, datum. That, I think, since datum is the singular of data, I think that's going to be fact. Let's see. Yeah, Bruce Giordano says, I remember when 1 meg was a lot. Yeah, yeah. In the world of computers, you age very fast. I've noticed. Let's see. That has got to be stigma, and it's clued as blot, which I guess is a good clue for it. Pipe buildup, that's got to be soot. Oh wow, thank you, Dawn. I'm glad you're having fun. VIPs, that's usually going to be A-list. And the reason it's not an abbreviation like VIPs is because we would normally say VIPs. We wouldn't normally spell out or say very important persons. So VIPs is recognizable as a word on its own, and it's not really counted, in this case at least, as an abbreviation. Harper Jack says 44 down is oaf, bungler. And where some keys are found, abbreviation. Oh, this is a good one. Keys, the word keys is lowercase, so that fooled me for a bit. But the answer is actually FLA, FLA for Florida, because that's where some of the keys, those little islands around Florida, are found. Isn't that I think that one's really clever. Let's see. Sherwin Greenblatt says 57 across is the Beeb, English Channel familiarly. I love that one. My first instinct was that we were talking about the body of water, the English Channel, but we're talking about the TV channel in England here, and familiarly, I'll get that. The BBC is known as the Beeb. So I like that clue a lot. Nicole Xavier says 42 down is Cole, Cole. Suitable sounding name for a kid on Santa's naughty list. Yeah, absolutely, because it's a sound alike for the Cole, Coal, that you might find in your stocking if you're naughty. Let's see. Dawn Brightsman says, love the misdirects. Yes, I live for these brilliantly written clues. And I have to tell you that if you are a Monday through Wednesday solver, I really encourage you to keep going, keep pushing for those Thursday puzzles, because you are really going to start to see why puzzles are so much fun when you get to them. It's going to ask you to think laterally. It's going to ask you to think about things in a much different way than you did before, but it is totally worth it, in my opinion. Let's see. Vivian Levinson and Harper Jack are thinking that 47 across is throws, THROES. And Marilyn Johnson says 54 down is beat it, as in amscray, which is Pig Latin for scram, and another way of saying beat it, get out of here. Um, Somebody said the predecessors of Lenovo's were IBM PCs. And that's correct. I love that string of consonants, though. That's not expected in most puzzles. James Liao says 48 down is element. U, V, W, or Y, but not X. How cool is that? I love that clue. U, V, W, or Y are all elements on the periodic table, but X is not. But if you're just reading it on the surface, it sounds like we're just talking about letters. So where do you go with that? Again, like I said, I'm going to have a t-shirt made one of these days that says, what else could it mean? And that's really what you have to ask yourself on a day like Thursday. If you're looking at a clue like that, you really want to think about what else it could mean. All righty. Don Brightsman says 67 down is asp. Shakespeare's poor venomous fool. Yep. We've got part of stem is size. Shakespeare. Oh, and apposite is apt. And then LA winter hours, Pacific savings time, PST, because it's abbreviated. Very good. Terry Romano agrees with PST. Oh man, we've got one corner left. Come on, let's bring this home. Neat and orderly. Well, let's see what 43 down is. Elementary school basics. Oh, I want to know. I'm very curious. If there are any younger solvers out there, do you know what the 3 R's are? Do they still talk about that? Because when I was in school, you had the basics were reading, writing, and arithmetic, or math, as they call it. And the 3 R's were the basics that you learned in school, but I don't know if they still refer to it this way. That way. Now it's probably calculus and linear regressions, but I could be wrong. Okay, Bruce Giordano, James Liao say, and Sherwin Greenblatt say 47 down is synergy. Jargony rationale for a business merger. Yes, I have a real problem with business jargon. I wrote about it today on Wordplay, but you know, I happen to really enjoy Weird Al Yankovic's song. I forget what it's called, but it's the one that has to do with it's all business jargon. And Facepalm Mom agrees with synergy. Let's see, but let's see what some of the current event. I like this one. I actually use this when I talk about crossword puzzles as an example of misdirection. I'm not sure why this didn't get a question mark, possibly because it's Thursday. Excuse me, pardon me. A current event could be something that's happening in the news right now, or it could be an event having to do with the current in the ocean. And that's the case today. The answer is tide. Harper Jacks is referring to the 3 R's. Now they have the 3 I's, iPhones, internet, and Instagram. That's nice. Dawn Brightsman agrees on tide. And now Paul Schwartz has the last cross country. It's Niger and Benin. All right. Now Terry Romano asked a good question. Is 58 down, bed in? Hippie happening? Yes, it could be. But in this case, we had the N missing. Can you take the N out, Isaac? The first N? Does it not come out? Okay. It's in there. It's in there for good. But if you can imagine the two words separated by the blank square, the answer is actually be in, which is a hippie happening. The only bed-in I know of is the one that John Lennon and Yoko Ono did, but be in is the actual answer. And then when we want to form the cross countries, you add in the N and you get Niger and Benin. Yes, we did it. You guys, this is awesome. Thank you so much for helping me today. If does anybody have any questions about this puzzle or anything else? Because I'm happy to answer them. In the meantime, this was a fabulous puzzle by Ashish Vengsarkar. He's a terrific constructor. We have a revealer in the middle that says one way to run or a hint to 4 geographical intersections found in this grid. So geographical sessions is the important thing to remember here. We have 2 answers, one at 4 down and 21 across. The answer is actually Mal and surname, but if you insert an I, and there is a little Easter egg here, so stay tuned, you get Mali and Suriname. Uh, and we've got Rwanda and Norway instead of Wanda and Norway. In the lower left, we've got Panama or Panam and Tonga or Tong. Let's see. And then we've got Be-in and Iger instead of Benin and Niger. And the Easter egg, and I do see your questions. I'm going to get to them in a second. If you look at all of the letters that you put in to fill in those blanks, it actually spells another country, Easter egg country, where you have to go across the grid back and forth to see it. There's the I, and then there's the R, then there's the A, and then there's the N. And so we've got the country of Iran in there too. So I like that one. I always like it when there's an extra added little, sweet dessert at the end of the puzzle to fill. Um, to get to some of the questions, Don Brightsman asks, any chance of getting Bowen Yang back as a guest? Oh, wow. I would love to, and I think he might enjoy it as well. He told me he had a really good time. A lot of it has to do with people's calendars and whether or not, if once he's in season on SNL, he's busy, and I don't want to disturb him. But in his next hiatus, yeah, I would definitely ask him to come back. Facepalm Mom says, can we do this every day? I would love to. Unfortunately, I also do a lot of other things, but I can, at some point, I think we will definitely expand this even further. Right now, we also do it on Mondays, if you haven't been to that. And I also wanted to mention our guest on Monday is really special. If you are into the Game Grumps website or a fan of Ninja Sex Party, the band, the parody cover band, our guest on Monday, August 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern will be Brian Wecht, who is fantastically brilliant and a good solver and a really wonderful sport. And we will be solving with him on Monday. So please join us for that. If you like, Danny, the song Danny, or video game reviews, you know who Brian Wecht is, and I hope you'll tune in. Let's see. Jillian Powell asks, do you meet constructors in person? Yes, absolutely. In the non-COVID times, we used to gather at all sorts of tournaments. Most of the constructors help officiate the tournaments so that you can hang out with them. Most of them are my friends because I started out as a constructor, and so I got to know a lot of people in the business. And if you hang out on Crossword Twitter, which is a terrific community, or the comments on Wordplay, you can meet them too. They're wonderful to talk to. They're very, very smart, and hopefully we'll all be able to get together in person again one day. Let's see, what else? Brilliant work by Ashish, I agree. Marilyn Johnson says, I loved the Jesse and Ross puzzle on Tuesday. Yes, I hope people didn't miss that. One of the nice things about the puzzle, Ross Trudeau, who is a Times constructor, and his now fiancee, Jessie Bullock, who is a PhD candidate, um, had a puzzle in the New York Times, and that night, I don't know if Ross asked Jesse or if they just mutually agreed on it, but they got engaged. So it's a very romantic time for the crossword world. Facepalm Mom says, what was the other group you mentioned, Deb? I don't know. I'm not sure what you're referring to. So if you can give me. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Isaac. You can't hear Isaac, but he prompted my memory. The name of the group that Brian is a member of, the band, is called Ninja Sex Party. If you go on YouTube, look up the song Danny. They're hilarious. Um, Let's see. Have a great day, Nicole. Have a great day, everybody. Dawn Brightsman loves the constructor comments on wordplay. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. If for those of you who are watching who don't know, wordplay is the crossword column and games section of the New York Times. We have a daily column for every crossword that we have, and we have lots of other games too. We've got the infamous spelling bee. We've got tiles and vertex and letterboxed. We now have a terrific spelling bee forum if you would like to get hints and help on spelling bee, run by our intrepid producer Isaac and Doug Manella. So please stop by the wordplay to comment on spelling bee and comment on the puzzles. Um, and just hang around wordplay, because we have a lot of great feature articles that we're publishing and a lot of really interesting stuff that I think you'll like to read. Thank you, Dawn. This is very helpful hints on wordplay. Anyway, listen, you guys were terrific. Thank you so much for keeping me company during this time. We'll be back on Monday again with our guest, Brian Wecht. And I wanted to wish you a very happy Thursday. Did I get that right, Isaac? Yes, I got that right. Thank you. Happy Thursday and happy solving.